right? So we'll go through one by one. So they have given the reading material. Steps in data processing are data gathering, data validation, data processing, data output, and data storage. Data processing, these are the steps in data processing. Can anyone mention the data life cycle? කාට හරි පුළුවන්ද පුතා? Can anyone just give the steps in data life cycle? Data life cycle එකේ තියෙන steps ටික දෙන්න පුළුවන්ද? Here mainly we are discussing about the data processing steps. What are the data processing steps? Data gathering, data validation, data processing, data output, and data storage. So what are the three main data life cycle stages? මොනවාද data life cycle එකේ තියෙන stages ටික? Can anyone give that? Data life cycle එකේ තියෙන ඒවා? data life cycle එකේ මොනවද තියෙන්නේ පුතා? Data creation, yes. Data management and removal the obsolete data, right? කට්ටියට මතකද ඒක? Okay, so mainly we have discussed the three main stages in a data life cycle: data creation, data management, and removal of obsolete data. So I think you all can remember that. Okay, right. So here in data processing there are 5 stages: data gathering, data validation, data processing, data output, and data storage. So how you can gather the data? So there are many ways to gather the data. How you can collect the data from the environment. For that they have given many data gathering methods. So we are going to discuss that. After you have gathered the data, what you will have to do, you have to input this data to the system. මොන හරි system එකක් තියෙනවා මේ system එකට you will have to input the data. So when you are inputting, what will happen? The system will validate the data. How it can be validate? How it can validate the data? So whatever the data that you have entering, they are checking whether it's suitable for the system. If it is not suitable for the system, then it will reject. Now think, you are having the username and the password. If you have given the wrong password, what will happen? That will reject from the system. If it is correct only, you can go to the next stage. Okay, sometimes you have to enter the date of birth, the date field. Okay, so you have to enter specific date. For that, if you are going to type a text, what will happen? It will reject. Okay, so like that. Data validation means what? It will check whatever the data that you have entered to the system will be valid to accept by the system. If it is not valid, what will happen? It will reject by the system. So that validation methods we are going to discuss in this. Then if the data are valid according to the instructions that we have given, what will happen? It will process the data processing. Okay, right? Can you understand? Okay, can you understand? So here I have given the right. You will have the tube, right? Or otherwise, can you see my note? Yes, okay, right. So data processing. So what will happen according to our instructions given? What will happen? Whatever the data that you have input will be processed, and finally the result will be generating. The generated result, then it will be stored for future use. For in here we are discussing how the processing stage is going on, and how it giving the output, what kind of method that we are using to give the output, the soft copy, hard copy. Soft copy means what is in the computer. It can be a sound, it can be a text, it can be some video or audio. Okay, and it can be a hard copy like a printout. Okay, so that thing we are going to discuss in this part, as well as this data storage, how you can store the data. Okay, there are many methods. Data storage, so it can be a computer hard disk, it can be a CD, it can be a flash drive. Okay, it can be using a USB drive, microchip or something, some storage method. Why we are storing the data? To take it in the future. Okay, right? If you want to take any data in the future, what you are doing, you have to store it. Okay, so whatever the processed data, that will be information or another data to another system, it is storing in the storage medium. Okay, it can be a magnetic medium, it can be a optical medium, or it can be a solid state medium. So that thing we are going to discuss. Okay, right? So what are the main steps in data processing? Data gathering, data validation, data processing, data output, and data storage. So that thing you have to know. So here they have given data gathering methods. So how you can gather the data? Data gathering methods vary as manual methods, semi-automated and automated methods. Tools used in automated methods. Right? Different tools are using in different automated methods. So that thing we are going to discuss here. Right? So what are the data gathering methods? How you can gather the data? You are having manual methods. Right? As well as you are having semi-automated and automated methods. So these are the main things that you are using to gather the data. Okay, can you all understand? Okay, right? Okay, take your writing books, Buddha. Take your writing books. Okay. Right. Write down the first question. First we have to put the heading 1.5, analysis the activities of data processing. Analysis. So just put 1.5. So what is 1.5? You are having that. So put the heading. What is heading? 1.5, analysis the activities of data processing. Put that heading. Right, write down the question. List the main steps in data processing. So what are the main? List the main steps in data processing. Just take it to the. Write down the main steps. Okay, Buddha, finish writing. it is yes, just put yes, right? Good. Okay, Buddha. So what are the main stages? Data gathering, data validation, data processing, data output, and data storage. Now we are going to discuss the main methods in data gathering. Okay, right. So the second question will be, identify 3 data gathering methods. So what are the 3 types of data gathering methods? Second question. Okay, so what are the data gathering methods? We are having here manual method, semi-automated and automated methods. Okay, so we are having 3 methods to gather data. So what are the methods? Manual method, semi-automated and automated methods. Okay, just name them, Pudha. Right, so name them: manual method, semi-automated and automated methods. Right, finished writing, Pudha? Finished writing. Now if you all have disconnected, right, I can see some are coming and going, right? So sometimes they are connecting and disconnecting. So if any problem is there, if you missed anything, just ask from me, right? You can switch on the mic anytime and you can ask the questions. Okay, remember that. So if it is not necessary, you can mute your mic, or otherwise you can unmute and you can ask whatever the questions that you all have. Okay, right. So what are the 3 main methods? Manual methods are there, semi-automated and automated methods are there. Okay, with the help of these things, what you can do, you can gather the data. Now think like this. Okay, so we are having a computer system. Okay, we are having computer system, right? Now for this computer system, I think this is student marks, right? Student marks. Now you have to input this one. Okay, stud name, so you have to input, right? Then ICT, that marks you have to input, maths you have to input, English, then that one you have to input, then you have to take the total. Okay, total, average, and finally show that result. Show result. Okay, so how you can show the result? You have to show the student name, then total and average. So that thing you have to show in another screen. Okay, so this is one screen, this is another screen. Okay, this is another screen. Okay, so this is a computer system, right? Here you are having something like calculate total, then you are having another button, calculate average. Okay, something like that. So what you will have to do when you switch on the computer, after you are entering this system, so you are coming to this system, and with the help of on the computer screen, on the computer system, you are having a shortcut or something, you are opening this, then you have to enter. You are entering ADA. Okay, right? The marks you are entering 75, 92, 93 and 67. So you are entering something like this. Then you are getting the total 221 or something. Then you are getting the average 70 or something. Okay, something like this. So what will happen when you click on the total? When you click on the total button, with the help of the mouse pointer, you are clicking on the total. So what will happen? It will calculate the total and displaying the total here. Okay. Then when you click on the calculate average, what will happen? It will display the average. So you are having another button, clear. So when you click on the clear, what will happen? These all the things will be clear. And when you click on exit, what will happen? It will exit. Okay. Now when you consider about this system, what kind of data gathering methods that we have used? Just tell me what kind of data gathering method that we are using here. So here you are having the system. In this system you are entering the marks. After you enter the marks, you are clicking on the total, calculate total. So it will calculate the total. You are clicking on the calculate average, it will calculate the average. When you click on clear, it will clear. When you click on exit, it will exit from the display. Then you are having another button, display result. So what will happen? It will move to the next screen and it will display the total details about this one, ADA. Okay, and the total marks it will display 221 and the average it will display 70 or something. Okay, right? Can you all understand this? Yes. Right, now tell me, so here for this system we have gathered the data, we have input that data. Okay, so just tell me what are the methods that we have used to gather the data? මොනවාද පාවිච්චි කරපු methods අපි මේ data gather කරන්න? Just tell me. මොනවාද උනේ? කියන්න බලන්න මොනවාද අපිට තිබුණේ කියලා. Right, so we said there are three methods to gather the data. What are the methods? Manual method, semi-automated and automated. Okay, now I am asking, so here I have explained a system. In this system, what kind of methods that you have used to capture the data, to gather the data? क्यों बोला ना? Okay, manual method. Okay, manual. Right. Right. Others? Savindya, what you think, Puda? What is the method that we have used? Why you are telling it's manual? Abhishka, mic on kala kiyanna puluwanda why you thought that it's a manual method? Why we have click on the buttons now? With the help
Sir, we have gathered informations.
Yes, we have gathered, and how we have used the system with the help of we are clicking on the buttons too, right? That is also input, right? So that is a like calculate total, calculate average. So we are clicking on that buttons, right? So we are giving some input instructions, okay, right? So because of that, we are calling this thing as semi-automated systems. Manual means total manually. We are not using any machines, okay, we are not using any computer program, okay. So here what happened, so I have used some input devices to input the data through the keyboard we are entering. So we are capturing the data with the help of the keyboard. Manual means manually, there's no machine. With the help of the pen, with the help of the voice or something, you are inputting the data. Can you understand? Now full automated means it can be a controlling system. It can be a controlling system or monitoring system. So that means there's no human involvement. Data gather karaganda. All the things are done by the machines with the help of the sensors. So we have discussed about the street light system. Can you remember that street light system? Street light system. Okay. So we said like we are having a something like this. So here you are having a bulb. Okay. Right. So this is something like this. So here you are having the solar to take the power. The power source is this one, solar. Then here you are having a sensor, light sensor. Okay. Then here you are having a microcontroller. Okay, microcontroller. Okay. So with the help of this microcontroller, we have embedded a program. So what will happen? It will detect the light level with the help of this light sensor. Then that details will be giving it to the microcontroller. Okay. So the microcontroller checking the light level. If the light level is low, then it will switch on the light, and if the light level is high for some certain that we have given, then it will switch off the bulb. So street light systems, okay, so they have used a sensor, they have the power source, then they are having a microcontroller with the embedded program. So what will happen, whatever the signal that is sent in by the light level sensor will taking, and the microcontroller making the decision according to the embedded program, and it will switch on and switch off the bulb. So this is full automated. There's no manual involvement. Okay, there's no manual involvement. Now think about your O-level admission form. So what we are doing with the help of your admission form? They are giving the admission form, then you are going home, and with the help of block capital letters, pen or pencil, you are filling the application form. That is manual input gathering method. Okay, how we can gather the data? How we can gather the data in manual methods? Just tell me, Puta, manually how we can gather the data? කොහොමද manually gather කරන්න පුළුවන්? I can ask questions from you all, right? So that means kind of interview, right? Interview is there. Then questionnaires. Questionnaires means set of questions that I can give, and I can ask you, okay, within this time period you have finished answering these questions, and I can take that. Then observation. I can observe. I can go to somewhere. Now think about this corona period. We can observe on the road. There's no vehicles. Compared to other days, very limited vehicles are going on. Very limited people are coming to the town. Okay, so we can observe something. Observation. Okay. Then we can take sampling. or going through the records. Going through the record means you are taking the admission cards and going through each and every admission and checking when is you are getting the highest admission. නේද ඇඩ්මිෂන් ෆෝම්ස් ටික කලෙක්ට් කරගෙන තියෙන්නේ කවදාද මගේ පන්තියේ වැඩිපුරම දරුවෝ ඇඩ්මිට් වෙලා තියෙන්නේ මේ මාසෙට කී දෙනෙක් ඇඩ්මිෂන් ඇවිල්ලා තියෙනවද so I can go through the records, going through the records. Okay, then prototyping. Some previous method we can take. Prototype. Now think, what is a prototype? Prototype means kind of sample method, right? Now think when you consider about your school, school එකේ building එකක් හදන්න යනවා, school එකේ building එකක් හදන්න ඉස්සෙල්ලා they are presenting a like prototype. This kind of building will come. Okay, we are going to build something like this prototype. අර තියෙන original system එකේ එකක් තියෙනවා. So with the help of that we can take some ideas. නේද? අපිට idea එකක් එනවා කොහොමද මේක එන්නේ කියලා. So just remember we are in here gathering methods, data gathering methods vary as manual methods, semi-automated and automated methods. Tools used in automated methods. What kind of tools that we can use in automated methods? Now we are going to discuss. So here they have given interviews, questionnaires and observation can be done in order to collect data manually. So manually data collect කරගන්න interviews, questionnaires, observations, going through the records, right? Prototyping ඒ වගේ ගොඩක් දේවල් පාවිච්චි කරන්න පුළුවන්. Using interviews, detailed it's coming here. Okay, right. Okay, so today I have admitted everyone, right? So I don't know the names, right? Interview questionnaires. So using interviews, detailed questions and answers may helpful for making the decisions fair enough to capture deserved data. It is fast method to use the questionnaires, which is most suitable for gathering quantitative data and answering anonymously. May help to gather fair and confident data. In semi-automated and automated methods, OCR, OMR, MICR, card tape readers, magnetic stripe readers, barcode readers, sensors and loggers are popular. So they have given what kind of semi-automated and automated methods are there. Okay, write down the next question, Putta. Write the next question. Name some manual data gathering methods. Right? Name some semi-automated data gathering methods. Okay, copy down these three questions. Name some manual data gathering methods. Name some semi-automated data gathering methods. Name some automated data gathering methods. So here on the screen you can see Putta, in the fully automated automated data gathering. So this is what fully automated system. So in this system, what are the main inputs? That is sensor, right? Sensors. Different sensors are there. Here they have used light sensor. Okay. Here they have used light sensor. Right. In this fully automated system, what kind of devices they have used? They have to store these values, right? So that purpose they are using data loggers. Data loggers. And after they have captured this data, now here they are using light level sensors and directly they are dealing with this microcontroller. But in some places, now think about the volcano. There's a volcano. So regularly you have to capture the data and you have to give a alarm or something to the people to move from the location because the volcano is going to blast or something. Volcano එක ඔන්න පුපුරන්න යන්නේ. ඒ හින්දා මේ නේද? ගිනි කන්දක් වෙනවා. මේ ගිනි කන්දේ අපිට කරන්න බැහැනේ. අපිට මිනිහෙක් විදියට ගිහිල්ලා ඒක ඔබ්සර්ව් කර කර ඉන්න බැහැනේ. ඒ හින්දා අපි මොකද කරන්නේ? රොබෝ කෙනෙක්ව මේවා කරනවා. රොබෝ කෙනෙක් හරි මොන හරි සිස්ටම් එකක් එතන දානවා. ඒතකොට එතන තියෙන සෙන්සර්ස් වලින් මොකද වෙන්නේ? මේ volcano එකේ behave එක බලනවා. කොහොමද මෙයා හැසිරෙන්නේ කියන එක බලලා with the help of the sensors they are capturing and sending that data to another place and storing that. ඒ store කරගන්න තැන තමයි අපි මේ data loggers කියලා කියන්නේ. Right? To control these things they need what? Microcontroller නේද? microcontroller එකක් එනවා. එතකොට ඔන්න sensors ටික තිබුණා. sensors වලින් data capture කරුවා. capture කරපු ඒවා data logger එකට එව්වා. එතකොට එවන්න මොකද වෙලා තියෙන්නේ? There must be wired or wired එක කොච්චර practical ද දන්නේ? wireless media එකක් තියෙන්න ඕනේ මේ data එහාට මෙහාට යවන්න. And there must be what? energy source. නේද? energy source එකක් තියෙන්න ඕනේ මේක මේ එන data තියාගන්න මේ system එක active වෙලා තියාගන්න. ඒක වෙන්නලු පුළුවන් battery එකක් නේද? මොන හරි battery එකක් එහෙම නැත්නම් solar power එකක්. මෙන්න මේ වගේ data අපිට අවශ්‍ය වෙනවා මේ fully automated system එකේ. දැන් මේ දේවල් හොඳට කල්පනා කරන්න පුතා. අපි 13th lesson එකට 11th lesson එකට internet of things අරම මේවා ඉද්දි මේ දේවල් ටික දැනගන්න අවශ්‍යයි. Right? So here I have given the details about the fully automated system. So you can write about street light system neda. So this is I have mentioned like street light system. So this is fully automated, right? There's no human involvement. හරිද? එතකොට මෙන්න මේක ගැන දාගන්න ඔයගලන්ට මම අහලා තියෙන questions තුනක්. third question එකේ අහලා තියෙනවා what is fully automated නැත්නම් automated system capturing නේද? Name some automated data gathering methods. ඒකට මෙන්න මේක දාගන්න. මෙන්න මේක ලියා ගන්න. Right. So what are the manual methods පුතා? Manual methods මොනවද තියෙන්නේ? Interview, observation, questionnaires, then going through the records, inspection, prototyping. අන්න ඒ දේවල් ටික දාන්න. හරි නේද? ඔතනදී mainly තුනක් දීලා තියෙනවා. Mainly දීලා තියෙන තුන තමයි interview, questionnaires and observation. මේකට අමතරව තව මොනවද එන්නේ? inspection එක දැම්ම හැකි, prototyping කියන එක දැම්ම හැකි. ඒතකොට මේවා දැනගන්න. interview කියලා කියන්නේ අපි කතා කරලා ගන්නවා නේද? interview එකක්. So you are talking with another one and taking the data. You want to find the details about your school history. So you are going to the principal and you are asking some questions. So with the principal you can discuss and you can take the data. So that is a kind of interview. Questionnaires means what? You are having many people. You are going to take some idea from grade 11 students. There are over 200 students. So you can't go each and every person and you can't interview them. So because of that, you are preparing list of questions and you are distributing among them. So you are giving in the interval, you are giving 15 minutes time. Within 15 minutes, you have to answer these questions. So you have to give the necessary instructions to that grade 11 students. Okay, within 15 minutes you have to finish this. For that purpose, you have to give some simple questions, yes, no answers. Okay, otherwise you can't get the you can't collect the good answers. Okay, so that is some kind of questionnaires. Observation means you are going somewhere and you are observing how the system is going on. Now here, how you can analyze, observe this environment with the help of the environment. You can mention like because of the coronavirus, second process is going on now. So because of that, you can observe on road there are very less limited number of people and vehicle. So you can observe that. Okay. Then inspection means you are going through the previous records. ඔයා ඔන්න ෆයිල් එකක් ගන්නවා, ෆයිල් එක අරගෙන මේ ෆයිල් එකේ තියෙන data ටික බලනවා, previous records ටික. Then prototyping. අන්න ඔය දේවල් ටික දාගන්න පුතා. Then semi means what? This OMR, optical mark reader, right? Semi automatic methods, optical mark reader, barcode reader, OCR, MICR, these card readers and other things. So what we have to do, the human has to control these things. Means මේවා control කරන්න ඕනේ. An optical mark reader is a scanning device that reads carefully placed pencil marks on a specially designed form or document. Most popular use of OMR is marking of MCQ answer sheet. So කවුද manually ඕගොල්ලෝ mark කරපු MCQ එක නේද, multiple choice questions ඔයා answers ටික mark කරලා තියෙන්නේ manually. මේ manually mark කරපු එක ඔයා මොකද කරන්නේ, මේ OMR කියන machine එකට දානවා, optical mark reader එකට දානවා. දාපුවම එයා scan කරලා එයා දාලා data ටික ගන්නවා. අරගෙන ඉවරලා කීයක් හරිද කීයක් වැරදිද කියලා පෙන්නන 50න් 35ක් හරි 50න් 40ක් හරි. So they are giving the answers. So one process is done by the human and one process is done by the machine. So that kind of thing we are calling as the semi-automated. So what are the main methods? OMR, OCR, optical character recognition. Optical character recognition is the process. Optical mark reader is the process. These things are doing by that devices. Optical mark reader is doing the optical mark reader is the device. Optical mark recognition is the process. Just remember that. So here they have given optical mark reader, that means the device. Optical character recognition means what? That is the process. Okay, optical character recognition is done by optical character reader, that is the machine, which allows to identify written or printed characters and extract editable text format from it. එතකොට දැන් මොකද්ද වෙන්නේ? OCR, optical character recognition කියන එකේදී ඔන්න බැංක් එකට ගියාම ඔයාට application form එකක් දෙනවා, fill this thing with the block capital letters. So you have to fill it. ඔන්න fill කරනවා. fill කරුවායින් පස්සේ මොකද වෙන්නේ? ඔයා application බැංක් එකෙන් ගන්න ඔයාගේ application form එක. බැංක් එකෙන් ඔයාගේ application form එක අරගෙන they are putting it to the optical character recognition machine. The reader, optical character reader, that machine will read, scan and it will display on the monitor. Then you can do the editing part. ඔයාට ඕන විදිහට edit කරගන්න පුළුවන්. characters එහාට මෙහාට කරගන්න, අලුතෙන් දේවල් මේවා කරගන්න, office use කියන එක fill කරගන්න, ඔක්කොම දේවල් ටික කරගන්න පුළුවන්. So the one part is done by the human with the help of the pen or the pencil. Then one part is doing by the reader. Then you can do the modification. So that is semi kind of method that you are using to gather the data. Okay, magnetic in character recognition, MICR, is done by magnetic in character reader, which supposed to input data in the written special magnetic ink under checks. එතකොට checks වල තියෙන details ටික ගන්න තමයි MICR එක ගත්තේ. මේ ටික මතක තියාගන්න. Magnetic stripe readers are used to read data stored in a magnetic stripe attached on a credit card and bank ATM card. එතකොට මේ දේවල් ටික දානවා. Barcode readers use visible light to scan and read barcodes which contain data to be input into the computer system. එතකොට barcode reader එක මොකද වෙන්නේ? ඔන්න human කෙනෙක් ඉන්නවා. මේ human ගිහලා මේක stripe මේක ඒ card machine එකේ ගහනවා. එහෙම නැත්නම් දැන් හිතන්නකෝ මොකද වෙන්නේ ඔයා සුපර් මාකට් එකේ පේ කරන්න යද්දී ඔයාගේ ඩීටේල්ස් ටික ගන්නවා ඩීටේල්ස් ටික අරගෙන මොකද වෙන්නේ මෙයා ස්කෑන් කරනවා නේද ස්කෑන් කළා ඒ ඩේටා ටික රීඩ් කරගන්නවා එතකොට මේ මැග්නටික් කාඩ් එකේ තිබිච්ච ඒවා අර මැග්නටික් ස්ට්‍රයිප් රීඩර් එකෙන් රීඩ් කරලා ඒ ඩේටා ටික ගන්නවා එතකොට ඔන්ලයින් පේමන්ට් එකක් හරි ඔයගොල්ලෝ මොන හරි ඊ ට්‍රාන්සැක්ෂන් එකක් කරනවා ඊට පස්සේ බාකෝඩ් රීඩර් එකේදී මොකද වෙන්නේ ඔයා සුපර් මාකට් එකේ ඔන්න අයිටම්ස් ටික අරගෙන එනවා අයිටම්ස් ටික ඔක්කොම බාකෝඩ් එක රීඩ් කරලා ඒ අදාළ ප්‍රයිස් එක දෙයක් කරනවා එතකොට මැනුවලි කවුරු හරි කෙනෙක් මේක රීඩ් කරන්න පාවිච්චි කරනවා මැෂින් එක රීඩ් කරනවා නැත්නම් මේ බාකෝඩ්ස් ටික කවුරු හරි මැනුවලි එන්ටර් කරලා තියෙනවා ස්කෑන් කරලා එන්ටර් කරලා තියෙනවා එතකොට ඒකෙදි මොකද වෙන්නේ semi automated systems තමයි යන්නේ එතකොට මම හිතනවා මේ දේ තේරෙන්න ඇති කියලා right so I'm writing here can you understand others also ටක් ගාලා y කියලා ගහන්න yes කියලා good okay right y is in us finished writing good puda okay so I think you have written like what are the tools used in semi-automated okay what are the tools used in semi-automated OMR OCR MICR neither I have given the question so what is the question that I have given I have given the question name some semi-automated data gathering methods so here you have to write the tools OMR OCR barcode reader QR code reader so like that all the things so remember to think how it will be a semi-automated how it will be a automated automated means there's no human involvement and I have mentioned here what kind of things are there in a full automated systems okay right write down this question Buddha write down list some application areas of data gathering methods right data gathering methods වල තියෙන application areas ටිකක් ලියන්න කියලා තියෙනවා okay list some application areas of data gathering methods manual method එක මේක ඇඳගත්තා නේද පුතා මේක ඇඳගත්තා නේද have you finished drawing that yes full automated everyone finished yes okay no need to keep it right shall I erase this one yes පුතා මයික් එක ඔන් කරලා හරි කියන්න අවශ්‍ය මේ ඇඳගත්තේ නැත්නම් නැහැ කියලා කියන්නේ ඒතර මම ටිකක් වෙලා තියන්න විනාඩියක් මේවා ටික ලියාගත්තානේ data loggers microcontroller wired or wireless media මේවා මොකටද පාවිච්චි වෙන්නේ කියන එකත් ඔලුවට ගන්න I have mentioned about the volcano ඒතර volcano එක how you are transferring the data ඒවා ගැන පොඩ්ඩක් ඔලුවට ගන්න හරිනේ පුතා right එතකොට කට්ටිය ඉවරයි කියලා මම හිතනවා now I am asking where we can apply these things කොහෙද මේව apply කරගන්න පුළුවන් වෙන්නේ කියලා නේද manual methods කොහෙද to fill student admission form for O levels something like this manual neda semi automated in super market to detect item details neda then automated in a greenhouse greenhouse එකක නේද ගස් කොළන් අරව මේවා වල තියෙන මොන හරි greenhouse එකක ඒකේ තියෙන temperature එක control කරන්න හරි humidity එක control කරන්න හරි අන්න ඒ වගේ එකක්. No human involvement. Okay, full automated, semi automated and manual. So they are asking the application areas, so you can write these things. Okay, copy down that. Manual method where to fill the student admission forms, 4 level. Then semi automated in supermarket to detect item details. Then automated in a greenhouse to control the greenhouse area. Okay, පුතා. Manual method to fill student admission form for all levels. Semi-automated supermarket to detect item details. Automated within a greenhouse. Okay. දැන් මේක මම ලිව්වට විතරක් මදි පුතා. ඔයගලන්ගේ ඔළුවට ගන්න ඕනේ මේක කොහොමද පාවිච්චි කරන්නේ කියන එක. Okay. Right. Right. Next one, we have to move to the validation methods. දැන් ඔන්න හොඳට අහගන්න විභාගෙදී අහලා තියෙන තැන. Sensors may help for collecting data from different places to a single data center fast. අන්න මම කිව්වා data loggers නේද? කොහෙන් හරි sensor එකකින් data collect කරගෙන මේ collect කරපු data එවනවා තවත් තැනකට මොන හරි data center එකකට. data center එකේ තමයි මේක store කරලා තියාගෙන ඉන්නේ. Sensor networks are consisting of variety of electronic sensors. එතකොට light sensor එක, humidity sensor එක, temperature sensor එක, pressure sensor එක, ඒ වගේ proximity sensors. So like that many sensors are there. With the help of these sensors you can take the environmental changes and it will send it to a data center. Each node in a wireless sensor network is equipped with one or more sensors in addition to a microcontroller. එතකොට microcontroller එකෙන් තමයි මේ system එක control කරන්නේ. wireless media එකක් වෙන්න පුළුවන්. wireless media එකේදී radio frequency එකක් හරි මොන හරි Wi-Fi නම් Bluetooth වගේ දේවල් පොඩි distance එකකට නේද microwave එකක් මොන හරි පාවිච්චි කරලා නේද long distance හරි මොන හරි මේ යවන එකක් wireless media එකක් පාවිච්චි කරන ඔන්න data යවනවා micro controller එකෙන් මේ දේවල් ටික store කරපු දේවල් data එක්කලා analyze කරලා එයා අදාළ transceivers then an energy source මම කිව්ව විදිහට මෙන්න මේ දේවල් ටික තියෙන්න ඕනේ fully automated system එකක් වෙද්දී. එතකොට මේ හැමදේම collect කරලා ඔන්න යනවා data validation කියන එකට. එතකොට මොකද්ද මේ data validation කියලා කියන්නේ? මොකද්ද data validation කියලා කියන්නේ? data validation methods. මොනවාද අපිට තියෙන data validation methods? ඊට ඉස්සෙල්ලා අපි කතා කරන්න ඕනේ data validation කියලා කියන්නේ මොකක්ද? හරිද? එතකොට දැන් මම මෙතන ගත්තා. මම මෙතන ගන්න අලුත් එකක් file new. හොඳට කල්පනා කරන්න පුළුවන් මේ දේ තේරෙනව නේද කියලා බලන්න. තේරෙන්නේ නැත්නම් මගෙන් කෙලින්ම අහන්න ඕනේ. එතකොට මේ දැන් අපි කතා කරන්නේ මොකද්ද? data validation. අහලා තියෙනවද පුතා වචනේ? validation අහලා තියෙනවනේ නේද? data validation. මේ data validation කියලා කියන්නේ මොකක්ද? ඔන්න දැන් මම කිව්වා ICT marks තියෙනවා. හරිද? ICT marks තියෙනවා. මෙන්න ICT marks දාන්නයි යන්නේ. හරිද? ඔන්න අපිට කම්පියුටර් එකකින් ඉන්පුට් කරන්න තියෙනවා. එතකොට මම කීබෝඩ් එක පාවිච්චි කරලා මම දානවා 57 කියලා. එතකොට මේ 57 කියන එක මේකට දාන්න පුළුවන්ද? එතකොට මම දීලා තියෙනවා 0 to 100. ඔන්න range එකක් දීලා තියෙනවා. පේනවද පුතා? starting value එකක් දීලා තියෙනවා, ending value එකක් දීලා තියෙනවා. Within this range you have to enter the data. So the system automatically validate whatever the data that you have input is correct or wrong. So if you have input here behalf of 57, you are entering minus 27. Is it acceptable? This will be reject. Right? Reject from the system. If you are entering 150 here, what will happen? This is also rejecting by the system. So that means when you enter the data, the system is accepting whatever the data that is processing by the system, or otherwise other data will be rejecting. අනිත් ඒවා රිජෙක්ට් කරනවා. මම කියන එක තේරෙන්නේ නැති. ඒතර ICT කියන එක ගත්තා. දැන් අපි ඊට පස්සේ මොකක්ද වෙන්නේ? දැන් මෙතන තියෙනවා ඔයගලන්ට කියලා තියෙනවා date of birth එන්ටර් කරන්න කියලා. ඔන්න මෙන්න මේ විදිහට දීලා තියෙනවා. ඒගොල්ලන් දීලා තියෙනවා DD MM YY. ඔන්න ඔය ෆෝමැට් එකට මේ තියෙන්නේ ෆෝමැට්. ඒතකොට මොන හරි ෆෝමැට් එකක් චෙක් කරනවා. මොන හරි ෆෝමැට් එකක් චෙක් කරනවා ඊට අමතරව මෙතන මොනවද දාන්න තියෙන්නේ? date එකක්. date එකක් කියන date. So date means what? Date. It's a type නේද? type. මොනවද වෙන්න පුළුවන් type? වෙන්න පුළුවන් types මොනවද තියෙන්නේ? වෙන්න පුළුවන් text එකක්. වෙන්න පුළුවන් number එකක්. වෙන්න පුළුවන් character එකක්. වෙන්න පුළුවන් currency. මොන හරි සල්ලි සම්බන්ධ දෙයක්. වෙන්න පුළුවන් මොන හරි date එකක්. දැන් මෙතන accept කරලා තියෙන මෙයා කියලා තියෙන date එකක් input කරන්න කියලා. ඒකටත් format එකක් දීලා තියෙනවා. format එකක් දීලා තියෙනවා. date එකක්, type එකක් දීලා තියෙනවා. එතකොට මම මෙතන ගිහිල්ලා අමල් කියලා ගහුවොත් අමල් this will be rejecting. Why? Here they are accepting data that is onto some format. It has to be a data, right? 3, 10, 85. So here this is a acceptable data type. Okay, acceptable data type, right? Then it will accept by the system. Or otherwise, if you are typing some other format, other data type, වෙන type එකක් ඒක text එකක් මෙතන දාලා තියෙන කියන්නේ date එකක් නම් මෙතන number එකක් හරි character එකක් හරි currency එකක් rupees 500 කියලා දැම්මොත් එහෙනම් මොකද වෙන්නේ? This will be rejecting. එතකොට අනිවාර්යෙන්ම අපි system එකක් ගත්තොත් අපි හදන systems වල as ICT student remember, okay, so we are living in a society where the information are really important, right? So this data, if this data accurate only, if the data are accurate, හරිද? මේක හරි වුණොත් විතරයි, නිවැරදි වුණොත් විතරයි we can make decisions and the decisions are correct නේද? මේ decisions ටික හරි වෙන්නේ මේ data validation එක මත. So data validation is really important. Okay, එතකොට දැන් ඔයා දැක්ක range එකක් තියෙනවා. එතකොට ඒ වගේ එකට කියනවා range check. type එකක් තියෙනවා, type check. format එකක් තියෙනවා, format check. Sometimes they are asking, okay, you have to input a password, variety of characters, more than 8 characters. Characters 8කට වඩා length එක, they are checking the length check. Okay, so we'll go to the part. So here data validation methods. Data type check. Check whether correct data type, numeric, text, date, currency, etc. is input into the system. ඔන්න බලන්න එතකොට මේ validation methods තියෙනවා. First validation method එක තමයි type check එක. එයා බලනවා type එක. date නම් date එකක් තමයි enter කරන්න තියෙන්නේ. Presence check. Presence of data. Data entry field is not blank. So that means it is required. එතකොට ඔයගොල්ලෝ දැකලා තියෙනවා මේවා. Username and the password you have to input. Username, password and the email you have to input. Required. එහෙම නැත්නම් රතු පාට තරුවක් දාලා තියෙනවා. So if it is if that data has to fill, if you are trying to fill the other fields, it is not allowed. If you fill the acceptable, that means the required fields, then only other fields will be activated. Presence check අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම දාන්න ඕනේ ඒවා. Presence of data is checked. It is compulsory to input the important data. එතකොට මේ data දාන එක ඉතාමත්ම වැදගත්. Range check. Check whether the data is allowed in the range. Okay. Commonly used when working with data which consists of numbers, currencies or date and time. එතකොට දැන් බලන්න මේ අපිට range එකක් දීලා තියෙනවා. එතකොට මේක ගොඩක් වෙලාවට පාවිච්චි වෙන්නේ numbers එක්කලා. හිතන්නකෝ name එකක් දාලා අපිට characters ටික දෙන්න බැහැනේ. range එකක් check කරන්න බැහැනේ. name එකක් එක්කලා නේද? එතකොට ගොඩක් වෙලාවට මේ range එක check වෙන්නේ කොහෙදද? numbers, currency කියලා කියන්නේ සල්ලි සම්බන්ධ දේවල් පුතා. right? date and time. එතකොට මෙන්න මේ වගේ දේවල් තියෙනවා. ඊට අමතරව දැන් අපි මෙතන කතා කරමු මොකද්ද? format check එක, length check එක. හරිද? එතකොට data validation කියලා කියන්නේ මොකක්ද? Data validation කියලා කියන්නේ the system will check the entered data is valid to accept by the system. Right. heading එක දාගන්න පුතා data validation කියලා. heading එක දාගන්න data validation. This is the process of validating the entered data. Right? This is the process of validating the entered data are acceptable by the system. මොකද ලියාගන්න පුතා? Otherwise the system will generate an error and reject the data from the system. බලන්න මම කියන එක තේරුණාද කියලා පුතා? Okay, finish writing පුතා. Yes. Right. Next one. List some validation methods. List some validation methods. So what are the validation methods available? What are the validation methods available? Type check නේද? මතක තියාගන්න ඕන පුතා. Type check. Type check, then range check, it was a presence check, it was a format check. ඔයගලන්ට දුන්නා format එකක් නේද? DDMMYY format check. ඊට පස්සේ length check නේද? length check එකත් මතකයි නේද? length check කියලා කියන්නේ කොච්චර length එකක් තියෙනවද මොන හරි එකක් input කරද්දී number of characters 10 කියලා කිව්වොත් එහෙම 10 characters input කරන්න ඕනේ. If not it will display an error. For the password they are asking more than 8 characters, so you have to, if you enter 4 characters then it will check the length 4 characters, then it will display an error. Can you understand up to this? Yes. Others stuck gala why එතකොට ඕගොල්ලෝ මෙතන මේකත් එක්ක තමයි මාත් එක්ක communicate කරන්න පුතා. So otherwise I am teaching to a screen, no? It's boring for me here. එක තැනක ඉඳගෙන කියවද්දි. So you all have to communicate with me. Yes කියලා ගහන එකත් මගේ ඇහැට පොඩි වෙනස්කමක්. So that will be really good. ටක් ගාලා ගහන්නයි තියෙන්නේ y කියන එක. Right, good. Right, so we have discussed this thing. Now the method of data input. So how you can input data. Okay. So they have given direct and remote. In direct data input, data is input into the system directly without direct user interference. එතකොට කියන්නේ user ගේ කිසිම මේකක් නැතුව directly data input වෙන එකක් ගැන තමයි මේ කිව්වේ. Then in remote data entry system, in remote entry system is designed specially to store data. Remote input මේ data input methods modes කොහොමද අපිට data input කරන්න පුළුවන් modes directly එහෙම නැත්නම් remote කියන එක තමයි mainly they have given. In direct data input, data is input into the system directly without direct user interference. In remote entry, system is designed specially to store data. Data storing and transactions are taking place in different geographical places. එතකොට එක තැනකින් අපි data collect කරගන්නවා. අර හරියට volcano එකේ වගේ. volcano එකේ sensors වලින් ගත්ත data එයාගේ එතන remote location එකක data store කරගන්නවා. store කරලා ඊට පස්සේ ඒක central location එකට අරගෙන ඒ data analyze කරනවා. different geographical places. ඒ collect කරගත්තු data තවත් තැනක ඉඳලා තමයි අපි හිතන්නකෝ weather forecasting කියලා. Weather forecasting එකේදී මොකද වෙන්නේ? With the help of data loggers they are collecting the environmental changes. Humidity එකේ කොහොමද change එක වෙන්නේ? Temperature එකේ කොහොමද වෙන්නේ? Wind එකේ speed එක කොහොමද? So all the things are collecting and sending to a central location. From that central location they are analyzing with the help of their software. ඒගොල්ලන්ට තියෙන software එක පාවිච්චි කරලා they are making a decision. Okay, today it's going to rain for western province. මේ western province එකට බහින්න යන්නේ. Down south වල මොන හරි මුහුදට යන්න එපා. Something they are making the decisions. So this is mainly they are explaining modes of data input, direct and remote. Then the second method that we are having, online and offline. Online and offline. හරියට මතක් කරගන්න මොකද්ද මේ online කියන එක? ඉන්ටර්නෙට් එකට කනෙක්ට් වෙලා තියෙනවා. online. offline කියලා කියන්නේ ඉන්ටර්නෙට් එකට කනෙක්ට් වෙලා නැහැ. නේද? ඔන්න ඔළුවට ගන්න. නමුත් මෙතනදී ඒක නෙමෙයි මේගොල්ලන් කියන්නේ modes of data input. data input කරන්න පුළුවන් methods, modes මොනවාද? කොහොමද? online data input කරන්න පුළුවන්. ඒ කියන්නේ system එකට connect වෙලා ඉන්නවා. එහෙනම් මේ system එකට connect වෙලා ඉන්න කලින් method එකට අපි කියන online. offline කියලා කියන්නේ system එකෙන් disconnect වෙලා ඔන්න ඉන්නවා. ඒක offline. නේද? මම ලියුමක් type කරනවා email එකට connect වෙලා නෙමෙයි. email එක මම open කරලා තියෙන්නේ ඒකට connect වෙලා නෙමෙයි. මම word එක පාවිච්චි කරලා මේ email එකේ යවන්න ඕන එකක්. නමුත් මේ system එකට මම connect වෙන්නේ නැහැ. ඉස්සෙල්ලා මම word document එකක් කරන් type කරනවා. offline. ඊට පස්සේ මම connect වෙලා ඔන්න මගේ email එක connect කරගන්නවා. මේ word එකේ තියෙන එක attachment එකක් විදිහට දාගන්නවා. මම කියන එක තේරෙනවද දන්නේ නැහැ. හොඳට මේක නිකන් තේරුම් ගන්න බලන්න. online and offline. In online data input, the data is input. මාත් එක්ක පුතා කියවන්න නම් ඕනේ. හරිද? දැන් මට ඕගොල්ලන් පේන්නේ නැහෙනේ. එහෙනම් you all have to be with me. alert එකේ ඉන්න ඕනේ. නැත්නම් එහාට මෙහාට ගිහිල්ලා නිකන් ඔළුව තියාගත්තොත් නිින්ද නම් යනවාමයි. In online data input, the data is input at the same time. කෑ ගහලා කියවන්න ඕගොල්ලෝ. right? Data is input. කෑ ගහලා mic එක mute කරලා. Data is input at the same time. Transaction taking place. So data inputting and the transaction is taking at the same time. Now think online reservation. You are going to book a hotel, right? You are going to reserve a flight reservation. okay එහෙම කරද්දි මොකද වෙන්නේ ඔන්න online form එකක් තියෙනවා කවුද මේ වෙලාවෙ ඉන්නේ okay right okay so I have allowed you right okay right so data processing right online and offline in online data input the data is input at the same time transaction taking place so as I said hotel reservation or whatever the things that you are doing online with the alibaba.com or some other igman.lk so you are going to do a transaction so what will happen at the same time you are entering data okay you are entering data when you click a button what will happen at the same time it will take the necessary transaction so what will happen here in online data input the data is input at the same time transaction taking place transaction එක වෙන වෙලාවේ data ඒ වෙලාවමයි input කරලා ඒ දේ වෙන්නේ දැන් මම as an example I'll take this one just listen now එතකොට මේක හොඳට තේරුම් ගන්න so I am a teacher okay so I am a teacher so we are having Maristala College අපේ learning management system එකක් තියෙනවා so here many students are there here and there many students are there so what they are doing their assignments right assignments and all the things they are giving it to the learning management මෙතන students ලගේ folder එකක් තියෙනවා මෙතන teachers ලගේ folder එකක් තියෙනවා so what will happen as a teacher ICT teacher okay I am looking into the system මෙතින් මගේ system එක I am now downloading all the assessments ටික ඔක්කොම download කර ගන්න. ඕන්න දැන් මම ළඟ තියෙනවා මගේ ඉස්කෝලේ ඉන්න දරුවෝ ටික ඔක්කොම ළඟම assessment ටික. හරිද? ඔක්කොම download කරුවා. ඊට පස්සේ මම මෙතනින් disconnect වුණා. මම ඕන system එකට connect වෙලා ඉන්න කලින් මම online right? දැන් මම disconnect වුණා. right. දැන් මම මොනවද කරන්නේ? දැන් මම ඉන්නේ කොහොමද? system එකට connect නෑ. එහෙනම් දැන් මම කවුද? offline. right? Now I am offline. okay? system එකට connected නෑ. ඔන්න connect වුණා transaction එක කරුවා දැන් online නේද? download upload කරගන්න වෙලාවේ ඔන්න මම online system එකත් එක්ක connect වෙලා. so I am giving the instruction according to that it will react. but now මම download කරලා ඉවරයි. මම system එකත් එක්ක තියෙන එක log off වුණා. log off වුණාට ඔන්න මම ළඟ assessment ටික තියෙනවා. දැන් මම මේවා ටික බලනවා. දැන් අපේ දරුවෝ ටික හොඳයි 97යි 96යි 90යි 99යි 100යි මේ කට්ටිය ඔන්න ලකුණු අරගෙන right now I have correct all the things now what you are doing you are again connecting to this system and uploading now you are online with the system now can you understand this thing what is online and offline right online means when you are connecting with the system that is not only with the internet ඔයාගේ system එකක් තියෙනවා ඔයාගේ network එකක් තියෙනවා මේ network එකේ system එකක් තියෙනවා when you connected that is online at the same time when you perform the input according to that it will perform the necessary process offline means what you are having with your computer you are connected you are not connecting with the relevant system but you are doing the necessary transaction then after that you are connecting with the system so offline and online right look here another in online data input the data is input at the same time transaction taking place where data of different transactions input after a specific time period as a batch of offline method දැන් මෙතනදී මොකක්ද උනේ මෙතනට මේ ළමයි ටික ඔක්කොම කනෙක්ට් වෙලා data upload කරනවා upload කරන එක online system එකක් මේ අප්ලෝඩ් කරපු ඔක්කොම කලෙක්ට් කරගත්තා මේ එක වෙලාවක ඉන්පුට් කරපු දේවල් මේවනේ දැන් අපි මොකද කරලා තියෙන්නේ මම මොකද කරලා තියෙන්නේ මේවා ඩවුන්ලෝඩ් කරගත්තා එක පීරියඩ් එක ටයිම් පීරියඩ් එකේ මම මේක ඩවුන්ලෝඩ් කරගත්තා ඩවුන්ලෝඩ් කරපු ෆයිල්ස් ටික තමයි මේ තියෙන්නේ so what I am doing after I disconnected now I am offline system එකත් එක්ක මම connected නැහැ but system එකේ data ඔන්න මම පාවිච්චි කරනවා after some time I am using this data transaction එක වෙලා ඉවරයි ඔන්න I am using this one so I am using this data and doing the necessary transaction and after that ඔන්න මම ලකුණු ටික ඔක්කොම මේව කරගත්තා then I am connecting with the system now again I am online සිස්ටම් එකත් එක්ක කනෙක්ට් වුණා නම් ඔන්ලයින්. දැන් බලන්න මෙතනදී එක්ස්ප්ලেইন කරපු විදිය where data of different transactions ඒගොල්ලෝ මොකද කරලා තියෙන්නේ අප්ලෝඩ් කරලා ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ ස්ටුඩන්ට්ස් ලගේ data ටික අප්ලෝඩ් කරලා different transaction input transaction input after a specific time period ඒක time period එකට පස්සේ as a batch in offline method ඔන්න ඒක කියලා තියෙනවා right හරි මම හිතනවා you all can you see my screen හරි නේද right okay yes right හරි එකක් වුණා right it doesn't matter right write down this question Buddha okay good list data input modes and write a short note. Just write down the question, Buddha. Just write down the question. Later you can answer. List data input modes and write a short note. So take again a short note. No need. Okay. I think you have finished writing. Okay, right. Now we are moving to data processing. Now we have data gathered, we have input the data, we have validate the data. Okay, we have validated the data. Now we are going for the data processing. What is data processing? Data input and processing occurs as batch in batch processing. Batch processing ගැන කතා කරනවා. Then I'm going to talk about the batch processing. Okay, so file new, right? Batch processing. මොකද්ද පුතා මේ batch processing කියලා කියන්නේ? Okay, now think about the bill payments, then salary systems. The bill payments කියලා කියන්නේ මොකද්ද? Electricity, then water, mobile phone, land phones. නේද මේ වල මොකද්ද වෙන්නේ? Electricity මොකද්ද වෙන්නේ? Certain time period. එහෙම නැත්නම් bank statements නේද මේ දේවල් ටික ගත්තොත් එහෙම certain period of time that can be 30 days. Okay, right? Within this 30 days period what will happen? They are collecting all the data, collecting all the usage of the data. Electricity නම් ඔන්න usage එක බලනවා, water එක usage එක බලනවා, daily කොච්චර ප්‍රමාණයක් පාවිච්චි කරලා තියෙනවද, ඊට පස්සේ මේ 30 days වලට කොච්චර ප්‍රමාණයක් පාවිච්චි කරලා තියෙනවද. Then they are having a system. According to that system they are preparing our bill. Even the mobile phones like that, even the land phones, how you have used the data, how you have used the POTV, whatever the things. Then with that what will happen? They are finding the bill payments. Then within that 30 days how much of the payment that you have to make they are giving in a bill. නේද bill එකක් දීලා මේ bill එකේ අපිට කියන කොච්චරක් ගෙවන්න ඕනද කියන එක දෙනවා. එතකොට what will happen? For certain period of time they are capturing the data. නේද data collect කරගන්නවා. They are collecting certain period of time, 30 days or 28 days or 20 days. That is according to that service provider. එතකොට ඒ කාල සීමාව ඇතුළත time period එක ඇතුළත data collect කරලා what will happen? Then they are processing them at once. එක සැරේ ඒවා ටික process කරලා then they are producing the bills ටික produce කරනවා. customers 10 දෙනෙක් හිටියනම් 10 දෙනාටම produce කරනවා bill එකේ දවසේදී. Can you understand this thing? එතකොට batch processing කියලා කියන්නේ මොකද්ද? Collecting data on a certain period of time and process them at once, doing the transaction at the same time. නේද? transaction එක ටක් ටක් ගාලා ඒ වෙලාවෙම කරගෙන යනවා. අන්න ඒ වගේ එකට අපි කියනවා batch processing කියලා. Then what is happening with the salary system? Salary is also the same name. ඔයගොල්ලෝගේ අම්මලා තාත්තලා හැමදාම salaries ගෙවනවා. එහෙම ගෙවන කට්ටියක් ඉන්නවා. නමුත් basically monthly salary එකට තමයි අපි වැඩ කරන්නේ. monthly salary එකට. monthly payment එකකට. මම දවස් 4ක් පැය දෙක ගානේ class එක කරනවා. class එක කරනකොට ඔයගොල්ලන්ට 2500 ඔයගොල්ලෝ payment එකක් කරනවා. monthly payment එකක්. සමහර teachers ඉන්නවා hourly payment එකක් ගන්න. එහෙම නැත්නම් daily payment එකක් ගන්න. Right? So that is according to them. So what will happen in our system, batch processing means they are collecting the data on a certain period of time and processing them at once. So that is we are calling as batch processing. Then some data are there, that is we are calling as real time processing. Real time processing. So the processing varga dekai. There are two types of processing, batch processing and real time processing. So here mainly they have given the real time processing. What? In real time processing, data input, processing and output as well as data storing occurs simultaneously. එක වෙලාවෙම මේ දේ වෙනවා. Okay? So data input, processing, output and data storing will be doing at the same time. Okay, now you are going to the alibaba.com, you are entering your details, you are going to take whatever the things that you require and you are doing the payments and you are clicking on do the payment, submit or something. So what will happen? At the same time it will take the necessary process and doing the transaction, and at the same time you are getting the output screen, and that also you can store or you can take the printout. Okay, so real time means at the same time it will do the necessary processes. Okay, input, processing and the output as well as data storing occurs at the simultaneously. Any types of monitoring system and any type of booking system, computer control system such as automatic production line and aircraft autopilot, the system controlling under nuclear power stations uses real time processing. එතකොට මේ real time processing වල එක චූටි වැරද්දක් වුණොත් මිනිස්සුන්ගේ ජීවිත වලින් තමයි ගෙවන්න වෙන්නේ. Okay, now think flood warning. මොන හරි warning system එකක් තියෙනවා. volcano එකේ warning system එකක්. එහෙම නැත්නම් tsunami warning system එකක්. tsunami warning system එක මොකක්ද පුතා වෙන්නේ? It will monitor the waves on the sea. sea එකේ තියෙන waves ටික යා monitor කර කර ඉන්නවා. මොන හරි වෙනසක් වෙනවද කියලා එයා මොනිටර් කර කර ඉන්නවා. එන්වයරන්මන්ට් එකේ චේන්ජ් එකක් වෙනවද? sea එකේ වෙනසක් වෙනවද? මොන හරි earthquake එකක් මොන හරි එකක් වෙනවද? It will monitor. හරියට මොනිටර් වුනේ නැත්නම් සුනාමි එක ඇවිල්ලා වැදිලා පැයකට පස්සේ එලාම් එක ගහලා හරි යනවද? කී දෙනෙක් මැරෙනවද? Think about that. So monitoring, controlling, heart beat එක තියෙනවා, heart beat එක අපිට පෙන්වන wrong විදියට පෙන්වන උඩට පල්ලෙහාට යන එක නේද? You all know normally, so what will happen? නේද? The heartbeat, the machine will show you the heartbeat like this. If it is like this, you all know අඩි 6ක් යට තමයි යන්නේ නේද? Dead. Okay. හරිද? එතකොට දැන් මේ මොකක්ද වෙන්නේ කියන එක හරියට අඳුර ගන්න. එතකොට මේ monitoring controlling system කියලා කියන්නේ that is real time. Right? ඒක real time. At the same time, if something is going wrong, it has to give the alarm. It has to take the necessary action. auto pilot දාලා තියෙනවා. එහෙනම් මොන හරි environment එකේ change එකක් වුණොත් auto pilot එකේ යාම automatically ඒ අදාළ necessary actions ගන්න ඕනේ. එහෙම නැත්නම් ප්‍රශ්නයක්. Okay, so real time means at the same time it will perform all the input, process, output, the data storing, and again whatever the data stored will be input to another system. So something like this. Okay, එතකොට මේක ටික හරියට බලා ගන්න ඕනේ. හරිද? So the next question. දාගන්න පුතා මේ question එක. Describe the data processing methods. So you have to name the name the two main data processing methods. Right. So questions දෙක මාරු කරලා ලියාගන්න හරි. Name two main data processing methods and describe them. හරිද? ඔය questions දෙක ලියාගන්න. හරිද පුතා? If you have finished, just type yes. Describe the data processing methods and name two main types of. Yes, okay. Thank you. Hurry. Good. Okay, good. Right. We are moving to the next part with the output methods. දැන් මේ ටික නම් දන්න ඒවා output methods කියපුවම ඔයගොල්ලන් දන්නවා output එක දෙන්න පුළුවන් විදි දෙකයි. දැන් මේ අපි කතා කර යන එක screen එකේ තියෙන එක ඔයගොල්ලන්ට ඔක්කොලටම පේනවා, voice එක ඇහෙනවා නේද? මගේ video එක පේනවා. So that is kind of soft copy, right? Soft copy. Electric that is digital format, right? So direct presentation to the user. Now I am doing the direct presentation to you all. So monitor, multimedia projector, or with the printer. With the printer what will happen? That is hard copy, right? Printer එකෙන් එන print out එක hard copy එක. මේ දැන් අපි කරන ඒවා අපිට පේන්න තියෙන එක ඒවා මගේ mouse point එක එහාට මෙහාට move වෙන ඒවා. So I am recording this lesson, right? With the help of OBS, I am recording this one. So the recording will be upload to YouTube. So you all can go to my YouTube and you can watch that thing. Okay? මොන හරි එකක් miss වුණා නම් යාළුවන්ට උනත් බලන්න කියලා කියන්න පුළුවන්. So subscribe my channel. Right? Okay? Something like that. Okay, so however, direct presentation to the user can be done by using monitor, multimedia projector, or a printer. Soft copies are presented with monitor and multimedia projectors, whereas printers output printed copies, which is said to be hard copies. Storing methods are used to store data securely for further processing needs. So now we are going to move to the storing methods. So output methods, there are two main methods, electronic format or the digital format and the hard copy. නේද? ඒ දෙක ගැන mainly මතක තියාගන්න මොනවාද output methods තියෙන කියලා. I'll give that questions to ඒක දාගමු list data output methods. List data output methods. Write down that question too. List data output methods. So you have to write the two main output methods. So what are the two output methods? Direct electronic format, that means soft copy, and the hard copy. Okay. Okay, finish. Now last one, they are giving data storage methods. Now you have input the data, you have gathered the data, you have input, you have validate, after that you have process, then you have output the data. This output data or the information you have to store for the future use. Okay, Buddha? List data output methods. Make my question last I have given list data output methods. Okay, so what are the data output methods? Soft copy and the hard copy. Right? Storage methods. So when you consider about the storage method, local storage such as hard disk drive, compact disk, disk versatile disk, that means DVD, and tape drives, Blu-ray, flash drives, right? USB stored that inside the local computer. එතකොට මේ අපේ computer එක ඇතුලේ data store කරගන්න පුළුවන්. හරිද? Local storage එකක් කියලා කියනවා මේ වලට. මේ හැම එකක්ම what we are calling as the local storage. Remember that, දැන් මේ දවස්වල අපි කතා කරන දේවල් local storage. Now we are doing something නේද? අපි Google එක හරහා මොන හරි එකක් කරනවා මේ remote cloud නේද? Remote storage එකක් නේද? අපි Google map එකට Google එකට දාලා Google එකෙන් අපේ resources එහාට මෙහාට share කරගන්නවා නේද? Cloud computing, remote storage. හරි? මතක තියාගන්න පුතා. ඒතකොට මේ දේවල් Another local storage such as hard disk drive, compact disk, digital versatile disk, and tape drives can be used to store data inside the local computer. Local computer ke තියෙන එක. Remote storage such as cloud space can be used to store data securely. එතකොට මතක තියාගන්න මේ cloud computing කියන එක ගොඩක් වාසි. ඉස්සරහට අපිට ලොකු spaces අවශ්‍ය වෙන්නේ නැහැ. එතකොට අපේ computers ටික තියාගන්න space එකක් තිබුණා නම් ඇති. Right? ඒවල ලොකු අපිට configurations අවශ්‍ය වෙන්නේ නැහැ. අපිට cloud computing වලට ගිය හැකි. Cloud computing එකේ තියෙන වාසි මොකද්ද? ඒගොල්ලන් ළඟම ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ softwares ටික handle කරනවා. They are having their professional people to handle the network, to share our data. From anywhere we can access our data with the help of any electronic devices. Tab එකක් වෙන්න පුළුවන්, මගේ mobile phone එක වෙන්න පුළුවන්. So I don't need much space. I don't need to configure networks. මට networks හදාගෙන ඉන්න ඕනේ නැහැ. network එකක් control කරන්න තාවකාවක් ගන්න ඕනේ නැහැ. network operating systems මට ගන්න අවශ්‍ය නැහැ. ඒතකොට මම expensive way වලට යන්නේ නැහැ. So all the things doing by this remote locations, the cloud computing people. The cloud computing handle කරන එක නා මේ දේවල් ඔක්කොම කරනවා. What we can do, we can pay some amount and we can take that services. නේද? ඒක පොඩ්ඩක් අමතක කළා. We will go to this storage method. So what are the two main storage methods? Local storage and the remote storage. Local storage means where you can store whatever the data that you have processed in your computer with the help of some storage mediums. So what are the mediums that you are having? Hard disk, compact disk, CD, DVD, Blu-ray, tape, ඒ වගේ දේවල් තියෙනවා. Then otherwise what you can do, whatever the processed data, you can put it on the remote remote storage. Remote storage කියන්නේ මොකද්ද? Cloud space එක. So you can now think you are having, if Gmail is there, you are having the cloud storage of 15 GB, right? So whatever the data that you are having, you can upload to that and you can access that thing from anywhere in the world with the help of your username and the password. To get remote data when needed, it is required to access the main thing is to remote එකට යන්න, cloud එකට යන්න, what you have to do, it is required to access the internet. ඔන්න ඔය දේවල් ටික තියෙනවා. Okay, so the last question, describe data storage method. Describe data storage methods. May I have this describe data storage methods, right? හරි, මේකත් දාගන්න පුතා last question එක. Describe data storage methods. Okay. So this part we have finished now. 1.5, analyze the activities of data processing. ඔන්න ඔය දේවල් ටික තමයි අපි mainly we have discussed. Okay. So just stop presenting. Okay. Now, so I'm going to ask now questions. නේද? කියපු ගමන් ගියාද කවුරු හරි නේද? Okay. Right. I'm asking you to නේද? Right, good. I'm asking you to unmute and answer the questions. Okay? Right. Now after finishing this thing today, if I put the questions, right, කවුරු හරි එක්කෙනෙක් මට කියන්න ඕනේ කොච්චර data ගිහිල්ලා තියෙනවද කියලා දැනට. කවුරු හරි එක්කෙනෙක් data measure කරුවද? මේක පටන් ගත්ත වෙලාවෙ ඉඳලා කොච්චර data ප්‍රමාණයක් ගියාද කියලා. Stop this one. Stop record.